Okay, so it recently came to my attention that last year when I gave my seminar about ZBLL, I didn't really cover um, my style of recognition very well. Like I talked about multiple styles of recognition, but I didn't really 100% explain how my own trans style of recognition worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example of how it works right now. So I just did this random case, and in this case I am looking at one reference corner. This is my reference corner. I recognize this ZBLL case from this angle, and my recognition system looks at two edges. Just from two edges, I can tell what the ZBLL case is. And if this is my reference corner, I'm looking at the yellow edge and the red edge, and I give one an arbitrary number. It's totally arbitrary. So I'm going to call this number 1, this is number 2. So I'm going to find yellow and red edge. If this is the yellow sticker, this is the red sticker, these two can only be in 12 known positions on the cube at any given time. No more, no less. And it turns out, if you give them an arbitrary number, 1, 2, and write it out, those 12 positions correspond to the edge cycle. And instead of having to look through the whole edge cycle, you just look at 2 stickers. There's 2 stickers on here. So from just seeing where the yellow and the red is, yellow, red, I know this is 1, 2. It's the 1, 2 case. And you can write it out. So out of the 12, I know 1, 2 will match a corresponding alg. 1, 2. So from there, I just do the case and it's solved. Because I know in my head that yellow is here, red is here, it has to be this case. So there. I just knew it would be there from 2 edges. And if you get good enough at this, you can start using 1 edge. And the most awesome thing about this is it forces you to look at blocks sometimes eventually, and I'll explain that. I think that my recognition method is the simplest of all the ZB recognition methods for beginners, and it transitions into the ultimate style of recognition, which is blocks, much easier than people going into blocks right away. So I'm going to do another solve, and then I'm going to show y'all some tricks how to recognize from just 1 edge and why it's good to transition into blocks and stuff and why it's a good method. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I see my EO line. Oh wow, that was EO across. Probably because I didn't scramble it very good, but all I need is just to show you how the ZB thing works. So I'm going to do F2L. And then here's the case. So from this case, this is my reference corner. And I'm looking for yellow and orange. And it just so happens from this angle, yellow is next to it, orange is next to it. They're right away. It shows me right off the bat that they're in the right place. So this is actually pretty simple. And it was pretty lucky that they were both here, because sometimes they're in the back where I don't immediately see them. In that situation, I just moved like that and I can see those edges. So just from knowing that if this is number 1, this is number 2, yellow and orange are in the front, just from 2 edges, I know that it has to be a certain ZB case. So, wait, did I do that right? Yeah, there we go. So, here's the last thing I'm going to show you, how to identify from 1 edge. So, I'm just going to 2-gen scramble because so much time wasted in solving. So block, F2L, it's a soon case. I don't feel like doing a soon case, but it'll work. It'll work. So now I'm gonna change this to a U case for easier blocks. But these 2 are in the front, so I'm gonna go ahead and scramble it 3-gen with FRU. Okay, so I'm gonna do F2L, and here's the U case. So this is now my reference corner. And like I said, reference corners, they're, well, maybe I didn't say it, but reference corners are totally arbitrary. You can do whatever you want to get a reference corner. It all depends on what you feel like doing. Trying to set up this. Okay. Oh no. This is different colors. I'm trying to set up the same cases here. Anyways, it's not the same colors. I'm going to do this the easy way. So if this was a PLL, it would be a T-perm. With orange. Okay, so these two cases are now identical. And I chose to do this on really similar colored cubes to illustrate a point. So from this corner, I'm looking for yellow and red, the yellow and red edge. And I know that yellow and red are back here because they're not up here. The absence of yellow and red in the front means they have to be in the back. And I'm gonna... So I don't actually know if yellow is here or yellow is here. And if yellow is number 1, if 1 and 2 are swapped, those are two different discrete cases. So if I know if yellow is here or here, if yellow is here, it has to have a block in the front. Or if yellow isn't here and it's in the back, then it won't have a block. So I'm going to go over that again. If I'm looking for yellow and yellow is here, I know there's a block. If yellow is not here, yellow is actually in the back, there won't be a block. So I'm going to just look from this angle, and knowing that I don't see a block, I know my case. Oops, I did the AUF wrong, but anyways, I knew that on the next one. So yeah, if yellow is here, I'm just repeating myself at this point. You can actually, if you didn't know that the block signified it was here, it would be a 50-50 guess. But if you know the block is here, then you know yellow is here, red is here. And now that you know where your two edges are, you can just do the case. And if there's any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment or something.